Wolfman. In Game 2, we saw Sven Leshrac. You think TNC will go right back to the Sven Leshrac since, you know, it kind of works so well?
I think Sven is
Reserve time.
pretty good answer to what Liquid has been running so far.
Next Lina instead.
Man, a full switch up, because grabbing that Lina is definitely says like we're setting the tempo potentially a lot faster. Lina isn't like nearly as good, in my opinion, against a lot of the tanky stalwart heroes that are coming out from Liquid.
Well, TNC took a risk in the last game, leaving the Keeper of the Light on the table, and they're going to have to play against it this time. We highlighted the importance of flexibility in TNC's Open going into the second draft. This is a very flexible Open. Nyx can play the 3 or the 4. Lina is probably the 2, but as we saw from TNC earlier today, can be shifted over to that 5 position as well.
I'm just happy they have the Cuddle on Liquid.
10 seconds
I think they're the best Cuddle team in the world.
Yep.
No reason to let that hero be taken away from you.
I mean, right now, I don't think it's close.
We could have very strong lane pairings again for TNC if this is, again, a Lina support. And then we talked about the Queen of Pain's importance last game. Once again, taking that Nyx with the first pick could encourage them to take it again. And also, I like that immediate, Night Stalker ban from Liquid. I guess you don't want that hero up against your Keeper of the Light as natural counter.
I actually think that Nyx counters a lot of Liquid's signature hero. Great counter against Darkseer. It's good hero against the Keeper of Light. We saw what he was able to do last game to set up lane kills on the Druid, as well as in the mid game just pick off his bear. There's so many Vendetta ganks on a bear. Yeah, and also good against the OD that Miracles sometimes do play. So moving forward, I think TNC might just first phase the Nyx every time that it makes sense for them to do so.
Yeah, I really thought that was a marked difference between a lot of the lone Druid games we've seen out of Liquid recently, both at this event and others, that the TNC seemed to really pick on that bear, just non-stop throughout the game.
Yep.
We haven't seen a single Naga at this tournament, right?
And we won't see it this game.
And we won't see it this game.
It is out.
Have we even seen a Naga ban?
I believe we saw, I want to say we've seen one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think this is the only situation that you're going to be banning Naga. It's still kind of untested how strong that hero is still going to be in this patch with the slight Radiance nerf and stuff like that. But against Liquid, with the Coddle already in hand, best to take that one away. I like the fact that they banned away the Queen of Pain, still leading on that idea that the Lina could be a support here, and there was one mid that was definitely a lot different. I can't remember. Oh, maybe instead of the mobility of the Queen of Pain, they get Storm Spirit.
Or if TNC is considering just taking the Terrorblade here, and kind of adding that again, that push element that they sometimes put in their lineups. If it's going to be active lanes, fights, and then something to finish objectives, it's a hero that a dangerous hero from recent patches has been left in the pool right now.
They're going to go with the Sand King again. I think the danger with picking a Terrorblade is that with Keeper of Light, it's so easy to go aggressive against the Terrorblade. And if he's caught without the meta, he is going to be really unable to farm or do too much. And we're going to see that great offensive dual lane from Liquid once again.
Yep. Troll Warlord still on the table as well for both teams.
You need a very self-sufficient safe laner, like a Jug or Lysa or one of those kind of heroes. It seems to be able to deal with this aggro.
I like the Jug here, particularly for Raven. The Weaver is also something they've run in the past.
It's still so difficult though, because the Earthshaker and his enchant totem.
Yep.
Well, the first 3 Liquid picks are the engine of their Game 1 win. You have the Keeper of the Light, as Cap was talking about, in the lanes and being able to shove them out and put pressure on your towers. And then you have the Tusk Earthshaker, like obviously great natural roamer in the Tusk, but defensively these two create a lot of terrain as well. So TNC, if they have to commit to a core pick here, may have to choose carefully. It kind of takes potentially melee cores off the table and makes it a little bit harder to play. So if they were considering a Sven here to combo with all the stun, if they wanted to go back to the like in this game, might have to reconsider after how Game 1 went.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Jack, because the difference here. Oh, there we go. Well, Raven Spectre, baby.
Can you make it out?
33 kills at Kiev.
Can you make it out of the laning stage?
Yeah,
right.
against this Coddle Earthshaker?
Look, I'm excited because that game at Kiev was the most kills in a single game all time at a Valve event. That said, Spectre was nerfed in 7.06, 40 additional seconds cooldown on her level 1 haunt. That makes a very big difference, especially the way that TNC like to run that hero. It's a risky pick, but man, I just can't wait to see it.
I mean, as Jack pointed out, if you ever come close to the creep wave, enchant totem and a totem to your face is going to be there. If you're going to pick melee hero, you got to have melee heroes that could block that Luminate when it's coming in, whether it's a Juggernaut spin like Kat mentioned, or just Life's Rage and just like plowed through the Earthshaker. I'm not sure how they're going to make Spectre work in the lane, but you know, like you said, if they will make it work, he is one of the best Spectre players in C.
I just think that they gained a lot of confidence in that last game. Their ability to run those more static lanes and dictate the lane equilibrium with their dual lane. I think that is part of what's leading them to pick the Spectre here. And the Miracle Invoker, I mean, we saw 24 kills on that hero, tied for 8th most all time on the hero in thousands of professional games. But TNC do still have their mid to come with the 5th pick here.
There's Lifestealer we see as a carry counter sometimes to the Spectre in terms of not being afraid of her in a one-on-one. And then it's interesting how the Spectre was played in the last patch. For quite a bit, you would see teams just kind of not even protecting the Spectre that much or letting her go, and then she ends up reaching the early mid game without much farm, but she haunts back into a couple of fights, and pretty soon she's caught up after a kill or two. So I'm not sure if you can get away with that same thing this patch. I'm not sure if TNC will treat it like that. If they anticipate a dual lane, maybe they run her with a tri-lane that has that stun setup and has kill potential as well. So the laning is a very interesting problem for both teams to solve in this game.
I think that playstyle might be less effective this patch. Like Nahaz mentioned, that the cooldown on the hunt is now much longer than before. Tinker comes out last for TNC.
Oh, man.
I think that was a pretty obvious pickup just because of the fact that there's no way we can look at this and say, okay, they're definitely going to come away with a strong laning phase or they're going to secure this Spectre. They just had to get something that delayed the game, I think.
Yep.
And that's what Tinker does.
Yeah, you've got the global thing too, and if they commit too much to trying to gank the Tinker, which they might have to already with the Invoker laning there, then the Spectre gets to take off a little bit more. So,
guys, I kind of like this TNC draft. What do you think?
They don't have an overly large amount of catch for this Tinker either. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
They have Earthshaker, and then they have Invoker Tornado later into the game.
And if you over pursue into the trees on the Tinker, the Spectre can always be there.
Yep. And the Nyx, don't forget the Nyx. Nyx is going to be scouting to start everything off, and then Tinker will join, Spectre will join. Their mid game is very powerful.
I can't believe I might be about to pick against a Miracle Invoker. What do you guys think? Quickly.
Gonna go with Liquid again.
I'm gonna go with TNC. I'll pick against the Miracle Invoker.
I'll go with TNC.
I got to make it 3-1 for TNC. Let's see. We are all even. Our best of 5 is a best of 3 for a pivotal game 3. Let's hand it off one more time to our casters. Here are Coddle Guy and Lacoste.
Thanks, gang. Welcome on back. We're getting hyped up and ready for game number 3. It is TNC versus Liquid, and we are tied up 1-1. We got to find out which of these two teams is going to get the pull ahead here as we hop into action right now. Lacoste panel, majority feeling like TNC have this one. Tinker, not too many options to be able to stop him from stalling things out. And then, of course, we know the Titaness Raven Spectre is something to be feared, but we were talking about a little bit. Spectre did get hit with that little bit of a nerf in 7.06. How much of a factor do you think that actually is, or do you think it's not even a problem and something they can wait out?
It's a problem in the early stages of the game. That extra 30 seconds is big, but I guess they can just play it more safe, evade the fights. Also, I figured out how to make money out of this. Whatever panelists go for, I'll just bet against them and just get some dollars coming.
That's been the Benwu method, and it's worked out pretty nicely for him. I think he drove off.
I see Benwu in some nice suits, nice shoes.
Yeah, he drove off in a Ferrari after he finished that second cast, so he's back at the hotel just enjoying the grand final from there. But we are going to get a
jet.
In a private jet. We're going to have a front row seat for this one, though, as we get into action. Not too much over aggressive.
Look at this
vision. But as I say that, yeah, the early smoke moving going to be coming out. The approach of TNC here, as they round the corner, looking to catch Miracle on that casual walk back to lane. It's just a hum-de-doo. I got my bounty rune. I'm feeling
he
good.
knows.
Oh, he doubles back the game sense of 9K.
He doesn't know.
I'm just going to go to lane. Uh-oh, there's a burrow. There's a stun. There's a stun. And they're down. GH will try to blast them away, but the job has already been done. Oh, they attempted to go for a Fisher block as well, and they're not going to get it. Good lead in. Shard block? Yeah, but a burrow. All right, well, good head start for TNC. They'll get the first takedown of Miracle, and he's already back in lane, though.
Well, they're losing some gold and XP on the top lane. It's going to give Earthshaker some extra time to buy items.
You could say the same, though, as there's going to be a long cross-country run for Kuro and GH as well, as they had to step away from that mid lane action and get to the side of their lane here. So GH is going to be able to join the side of Mind Control once again, as we saw in game number 1. Had a damn prominent start there. Could be a bit troublesome for Sam H, but the benefit of being the Nyx Assassin again is if you anticipate the charge up blast, you can always quickly reflect it with the Carapace if necessary, and it will do lots of damage back at that keeper.
Yeah, definitely. Also, bottom lane, 1437, they went for aggressive tri lane. That Lina needs to be like really careful once Tusk gets a level 2 up and Nyx level 3 with Boots of Speed and Orb of Venom. They can take her down so easily, no escape mechanism. Also, Spectre might go down easily if she doesn't have mana for Spectral Dagger.
Yeah, it's a very intriguing way for TNC to lead into the laning phase here, but they are trying to assert themselves so that Raven can kind of go to work and Matama Man will be stuck pretty much getting nothing, but it will take time. Splitting the XP between 3 is obviously going to be, very sticky, but they will, once they get a couple of levels under their belts, then their options open up a lot, and this could be a tough laning setup for Liquid. Even now, Matama Man already going to be forced back, and they're going to commit in. There's the Burrow, and then the LSA to follow up, and suddenly Matama Man is at half-life, and he's got to start chewing through the spinach.
Again, you with LSA.
I like saying LSA. It's
I don't
easier
like
than
LSA.
Light Strike Array. It's just too many words. Come on, I'm trying to be efficient.
The guy just took LSA and is having a massive hallucination.
That's LSD. I'm sorry. I will.
Yeah, but
correct
it
you.
sounds like from the same group of drugs.
Yeah. Raven is going to be able to go kind of ham here on the CS wave. 1437 happened to sew him back, but look who's coming to the bottom lane now. Ooh, a blast is out from GH. They were not suspecting that one, and they will be able to bring down Lina. Now the other direction, though, a very Frere Cutter will also go down. A 1-for-1 trade from both fronts, and it looks like we're going to have a defensive try come out from Liquid now to respond.
Yeah, that was the kill I was talking about on Lina. She needs to be really careful. Even though she got the first blood and the Boots of Speed, she's still vulnerable to that Nyx and Tusk plus now Keeper of the Light rotated on the bottom.
Yep. Can't always expect that. He is going to get the blast off and be able to cancel out the clarity of Tims, but Tims does have a fair amount of mana to work with. He might have to help out 1437 here. He hides to the side. Matama Man charges on in the blast. Woo! It sears the back hairs of that Lina.
Oh, a missed stun.
Swing and a miss on that connection. Kuro tries to go for the deep shards. 1437 will be able to make it away and all the way back home to heal up. So this is a good opening now for Liquid to take control of the lane.
Yeah, surprisingly 1 versus 1 on mid though. They have to focus everything on the bottom lane. So let's check the CS 20 against 16.
Look how much CS though Mind Control has already.
Well, Mind Control is the Earthshaker with Stout Shield, and he pretty much has a good lineup against any melee hero.
Sitting at the top of what looks like 27 CS already under his belt in his one-on-one matchup against the Nyx Assassin. Of course, give credit to GH to help him, establish his feet first, and then GH, of course, made that rotation all the way down to the bottom lane to assist there. But Mind Control will have a good, confident start. And you were talking a bit about the mid lane matchup there. Miracle 25-12 to the Tinkers 18-5 on Cuckoo.
Yeah, Miracle bringing raindrops, magic wand again with super ultra defensive build on him.
Oh, as it's coming though, is it going to make it in time? The courier's already coming in. It is going to be able to get the handoff. We'll have to see. The raindrops are in his backpack though at the moment. Meanwhile, GH is going to get a takedown to Raven, but we're going to keep action here. The jumps onto Miracle. He tries to swap in the raindrops now. He goes into ghost form. They don't have detection, but can they just get something out? They see the steps there. Tims is waiting, but they don't have any follow-up. They don't have the detection, and the cooldowns are just taking a bit too long. that opportunity is going to be gone.
Invoker again fast in those fingers. Sam on the top lane. I mean, he's level 5, not easy to take down, but he needs to be careful. When Earthshaker gets level 6 plus Sunstrike combo,
yep,
he can go down then.
Miracle's back now. Looks like he tagged the shrine nearby as it was now at the 5-minute mark, but here's Tim's again. Moving in, there's the rocket, there's the burrow. The light strike array is there as a follow-up, but the rotations come out from Liquid. The snowball on forward, the blast is going to be there. They are going to get Miracle down, but he turns around with a tornado and will get the Cuckoo response. And Tim's maybe going down too. Yes. The finish is there. Kuro with that Orb of Venom gets the last forgiving tick, and it turns into a 2-for-1 trade.
This reminds me of the game number 1. Oh, there it is. Echo Slam. Bam.
Got him. Good takedown from Mind Control. As expected and predicted by you, sir, once the level 6 came online, he found the opening and took it, and now Liquid are going to be pulling ahead 5-3 at the start of this one.
Yeah, Kuroki, same as the game number 1, he's just standing on the mid right now, saving Invoker, partially saving, but he's there setting up the kills.
Yeah, good recognition from Liquid already for the early part of this game in the laning phase, shifting to the bottom lane where necessary to kind of help things out from Matama Man, and then once they make an approach to Miracle, they respond and rotate that way. So we'll have to see if TNC can kind of continue to do this bit of a pattern, taking all that stun power from one lane to the next, back to bottom again, and we'll see if Tims can find the target. But Rage is there from Matama Man, and he will avoid the trouble.
Well, he should either stun him right now or just try to juke, but Lifestealer has phase boot, so pretty much he can just use Rage and run away if he feels threatened, doesn't need to wait.
Good dodge of that gank right there for Matama Man and Liquid, and he will be able to continue his trek on a one-on-one matchup against Raven on the other front. Raven, level 5, trying to get to that level 6, and the Haunt does come online. I know the cooldown is quite a bit longer than it used to be, but it does offer some global kill participation.
At them at the mid lane.
There it is. Snowball forward, looking to go for Cuckoo. Theban is able to connect with the stun. The follow-up blast actually finds 2 members there. Does some decent damage. No follow-up though, as the rotations do come out from TNC.
Spectre rotated top. She can't stand on the lane against Nikes anymore, especially with the Sunstrike. She needs to get that level 6 up so she can help out in the next few fights, maybe next Vendetta. Also, look at that cute little guy called the Mind Control. He's going for
He's about to die,
Hood.
though. He's going for Hood, but he's going to die. Here comes Sam H poking him. Oh! Juke back! But eventually they'll get him down.
If he had the Hood there, he had enough money. He could have went to a side shop. Maybe was just greedy, not buying it right away. He could have lived there with popping the Hood. Maybe even scoring a kill with the help of the Sunstrike and a Fisher.
Fortunately, though, he's not going to be able to make it over. He goes down and will have to wait for the return. Bottom lane, Matama Man pops his Rage as he tries to get some assault onto Tims, but Tims has the point into Sandstorm and will avoid that. Sam H. He's got his Vendetta ready to go, and it looks like they want to go for back-to-back takedowns onto Mind Control.
Not sure that's a good idea against Hood, and the Echo Slam is ready, level 9 Earthshaker, so just go back,
I think they saw it. And, ooh, this old man looks like a tasty treat. Oh, no! Yeah, dead for sure. And Sam H walks away, lets Raven get the finish, and he's going to be able to jump right back to the side of Mind Control and to the top lane. Very efficient, quick hit-and-run job for TNC.
Look at the timing on that Spectre cooldown, 170 seconds, 180 seconds.
That's crazy.
That's 3 minutes.
Uh-oh, Cuckoo's in trouble without the Haunt available. Maybe Liquid know they could take the better fight. Kuro going in very deep. They're not going to be able to get the Cuckoo takedown, but Tims is going to stalk Kuro here. Where are you going to go, buddy? You're going to find a way to TP out? He does have the shard. Could always find an alleyway to block out Tims, but he'll go for the juke. Tims is not looking to get juke, though.
Who's faster?
Look about even. Uh-oh, Cuckoo's coming now. Get over here.
Oh, Cuckoo might die if they use the Snowball and the Sunstrike.
Oh, they turn back, and they actually got him with the turnaround Snowball Sunstrike. Nice call, but they will end up getting Kuro in the end, but certainly worth for Liquid.
Still a big kill.
Yeah.
Even Invoker being a bit shut down early game, he still has a 10-minute Midas, so 17 to 19 minutes Aghanim Scepter. pretty much always the same timing for that Aghanim's.
That was a great heads-up turnaround, too. Kuku thought he was going to be able to shift over and maybe go for a clean-up freebie kill, but Liquid with that quick response play. Very impressive. Now Mind Control, look at this, stepping up through the top lane, even committing the dunk. A new Sunstrike is going to walk forward into it, doesn't even need to. Another takedown for Miracle. This guy is just a Sunstrike god. I feel like every Invoker game I see somehow walks away from the game with like 14-2 or 15-3 or something like that.
Well, they set it up easily. They always have like maybe a Nyx Assassin, a few stuns so that he can't miss a duel, whatever.
This team just makes it so easy for him that he can just become a magic god into the later game.
Magic god, you say?
Oh, yeah. A Grandmaster Magus. Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds...
Okay.
That sounds...
Fair enough.
A bit better.
Matama Man forced to rage and step off. Sam H continues to stalk him through the lane. I don't know how much time he has left on this Vendetta, if that's what it is. Yeah, it's a Vendetta, not an Invis rune, so... Still hoping to see, but Matama Man knows something's a bit fishy. He's happy to wait for the wave to naturally come on forward and under the tower, and Sam H is going to have to take his business elsewhere, it would appear.
Mind Control just saw Lina placing a ward there, so we can expect it being dewarded. Tusk being level 5, what is there? Coddle, Coddle just hit level 6, and again he's going to go for Force Staff so they can't lock them down with those stuns.
Yeah, this is that period of time for a Coddle that's so nice, and it's got to be nice also in 7.06. He has like those 2 camps to be able to continually pull every minute, and Coddle, of course, has a great tool set to easily blast down the jungle and flash farm his way to that first support item. And just like the last game, and as you were mentioning, the Force Staff first and foremost.
Yeah, I don't think TNC is putting enough pressure with their heroes.
Don't speak too soon. They make their move for mid lane with a Laguna and a Haunt to go for the finish on Miracle. They will get him down. Rotations come out from Liquid side. Matama Man with the open wounds looking to go on to Sam H here. He needs some help. Nice snowball dodge. They jump on forward on 1437 to avoid the stun, but can they get the finish on Sam H? Can't quite get close enough yet. Can Kuro get a good shard connection here? Yes, he will. Turns around Carapace though.
Kuro
stun. They finally get him down.
No mana on Lina though.
Yeah. They'll finally get their man, but it costs them their mid lane Miracle.
Shaker has enough gold for that Blink Dagger though. That's
Whoa.
super big. Level 2 ulti, level 12.
Highest net worth in the game too.
And highest level.
5.8K. All right, it's the Mind Control show. I mean, he's had that top lane to just play around in.
I just gotta turn around and look at that guy smile after he uses Echo on someone. Be right back.
Here we go. Rolling on into action. It's going to be Kuro, the captain, looking to set things up, and they almost effortlessly
bam
take down Raven. Here comes the dunk, and they're going to be looking for more. The takedown Alina is also going to be there. Kuro, not even going to be dropped. Mind Control jumps on the other side, looking to get the grab on Sam H. Cuckoo is going to be forced to lay down some marches here and force them to step off.
That's 2 really big kills. I mean, Spectre is not getting any farm at all. I don't think she should go for the Radiance because she needs to fight during the mid game with that sanking Blink Dagger.
Cuckoo just got his boots of travel, comes to the bottom lane, and Matama Man says, okay, I'll just go ahead and go for it. He is able to get the laser off.
In the base? Nice!
Oh! Miracle does it again.
Whoopa.
Well played there. Poor Cuckoo. He's like got his brand new ruby red shoes, and he's like, let's go try him out in the bottom, and loses his life promptly after.
Oh, they're scanning out Spectre with
yeah, but trouble's coming for Kuro. On the other side, they got a Laguna, and they'll take down the Tusk, so Liquid are not going to be following up on the other side. Good response for TNC. It's only a support takedown, though. It cost them a 3-man rotation and a Laguna. So they'll try to follow it up with at least a tier 1 takedown that top lane.
Yeah, with that Midas and those pickups on again on the mid lane.
Oh man, again in trouble. Cuckoo gonna hit with the fissure, the stun, the enchant totem. There goes the marches, but again, we have to watch out for where the Sunstrike could be coming from. Mid lane though, it's actually Miracle gonna be in a lot of trouble. Sam H makes his approach from behind, gets good connection, but they can't follow it up with the finish, so they turn things around and get the takedown on Tim's. Again, a strong fight for Liquid as they call in reinforcements to the mid lane.
Liquid again, just in the game number 1, dominating with their heroes, especially thanks to Coddle and Earthshaker and some splendid Sunstrikes from the Invoker.
Tier 1 also going to be going down here. Liquid are winning. They seem oh so happy. All those players just grinning from ear to ear as they help avoid the TNC trouble from mid lane. Miracle able to live as well. 13-8 already, a 5.7k net worth advantage going the way of Miracle. Liquid is Lyrical, by the way, if you didn't know. Liquid side. Top 3 net worth also all belong to them.
I love you, man. And I love Lyrical as well.
Who doesn't love that guy? Spectre and Tinker, though, falling far behind. I mean, Cuckoo was trying to bulk up there, but he had brought down 2-3 times straight, and now it's going to be Demon going down. This game could be feeling a lot like game number 1. At the rate it's going, TNC are going to be reaching for opportunities to keep their heads above water.
They need to be really careful on both Spectre and Tinker. Maybe just try to provide vision with Nyx Assassin instead of going for kills. Get a Blink Dagger on a Sanking, try to smoke up, get some kills. They're pretty much shut down on their side of the base, can't really farm anywhere. Spectre tipping on the bottom. Yeah, I was talking about no Radiance and Spectre. She needs some items to actually be useful in this next few minutes, 10 probably.
For now, Liquid continue to stalk that top lane. They even just have to scan, but it's bottom where the dunk comes out. Another takedown on Raven. The mind control powers continuing to flex here. Him and Miracle tag team that one.
Mind control has been in 7 out of 15 kills, but it feels like it's been a lot more.
Oh, the snowball bomb makes its strong debut in the mid lane. A Walrus Punch will help get the finish, and Liquid continue to go on an absolute assault, and it doesn't stop there. Cuckoo gonna eat the wrath of the mighty Meatball. SamH will be able to get the takedown of Kuro, but that is the only forgiving pick they're gonna get. It looks like SamH also could fall victim, and he will. Chomped to bits by Matamaman, now sporting a killing spree, 19-9.
That's a full team wipe at 17 minutes in. Aghanim Scepter finished on Invoker level 15. They can just go Roche pretty soon after they take another fight, get a 1 or 2 kills.
It's starting to look like Miracle just really never loses when he has Invoker. It's not like the game is all because of his Invoker, but just how much the team works around his Invoker. The setups they make globally for him, like this one, for example. Matamaman gets the last hit. He's now dominating. Raven had just went down and goes down again. Can they at least get Matamaman as a bit of a response? They'll commit in everything they have to do it. Epicenter, a Laguna. They'll finally get their man, but it's not too much water off the back of Liquid.
Well, that's some good goal going for 14:37. It would have been better if, let's say, Tinker got a last hit, but still.
It's hard to think about what TNC can fall back on in this game. They still have to wait for so much to come online. Bada bang, bada boom. Miracle suddenly has how many Sunstrike kills?
I don't know. I don't have
all
a count.
All of his kills,
but,
I bet, I would imagine, are Sunstrike kills.
That's what? 10? Only 10 kills, all right.
Only 10? Oh, well, he's at 10k net worth too on top of it. Putting on a real show already. Things being very, very grim for TNC at the moment. Do they have the Blink Dagger on Cuckoo at least? Does he have at least the bots and Blink combos
he just bought it.
Okay.
Teams bought it.
I can feel a little bit safer.
Teams bought it. Cuckoo 400 gold away from his.
Oh, okay. So Blink Daggers can help at least some more fighting potential for TNC here, but you just fear for, at that point, Liquid are already going to be too many steps ahead. Here comes the Liquid pressure up towards the top lane, looking to maybe move on in for the tier 2. I imagine TNC are going to be forced into a responsive position. Kuro's already got Matamaman in the backpack, waiting for somebody to TP in. That TP going to have to get canceled. A new TP shows up, though. It's going to be Cuckoo first. The rest of TNC are sweeping in from behind on the back of a smoke.
Haunt is ready.
Are Liquid possibly going to be baited in here? They're doing a hard commitment, and they're going to get the quick execution of Cuckoo. It would look like the turnaround Laguna fire off, and they're going to get the takedown of Mind Control 1-for-1 in this fight right now. And that may be the end of it here. Matamaman, though, actually caught deep on the other side with Kuro. They head within the trees. The shards go out, and 1437 needs to be very careful. There goes the open wounds, but nice rage to avoid the burrow strike will allow him to get the finish. Kuro, though, on the other side, going to get slashed up from Raven. Raven heads safely inside while SamH eats the Sunstrike. Barely alive. Gets blinded light right back into action from GH, and Miracle will be able to get the finish. This fight still feels very strong for Liquid as they take 3 down.
TNC should not fight in the next few minutes again. They need some defensive item on either Lina or Nyx Assassin, probably a Force Staff just to get them out of the focus against Nyx.
They still have the Epi. It's coming out now, but Matama Man's able to pop out the Rage. But Tim's is looking to go for Miracle instead. It's Raven, though, who gets hit with the Assault and goes down on Liquid's side. And now, possible turnaround. Miracle forced back. Safely there. GH gets the bailout. Blinding Light. It is a bit of a disynergy with the Echo Slam, but they are still going to get the job done. Double kill for Mind Control and Liquid domination in game number 3. 27-12. Nearly 13K of a net worth advantage.
Let me sum up this last fight for you. The risk they took was calculated, but boy, they're bad at math.
Can they finally get Miracle down? They've tried so hard to do it, but again, GH will bail him out with that handy Force Staff. Now it's Sam H. Stuck in a bit of trouble here as he's caught in the bad end of a Fisher.
Where's that Laguna boy?
Huns out the other direction. He has that Shadow Blade. Goes out the other way, and GH says, get off my friend's back. Continues to bump him away with a blinding light, and TNC cannot pursue any further.
Mind Control. Is there a Sunstrike ready? Yeah, there is.
There it is. It's going to be nowhere. Close. Kuro stuck on the high ground. The blast is going to move on forward and get the finish at Tim's. Now 1437 also will drop. Oh, man, if this continues to go disastrous, I could actually see TNC maybe throwing in the towel early. This is a tough game. You're looking at an Invoker who's just getting ridiculously farmed. Way too godly in this.
They might throw that towel if they want to keep all their teeth for the game number 4.
Cuckoo's done for. I think this one's over, man. This one looks just as convincing as game number 1.
Yeah,
and it's over. I don't really blame them. This one was all Liquid. I don't even know where to begin. Serious props for Liquid here. We got to start firstly with Mind Control. They give him an Earthshaker and an off lane to just do absolute work.
Well, they gave him first wave, even first and a half wave free, so he got his boots up, and that lineup against Nyx Assassin is not that good. Also, sending Spectre off lane is not a good idea, especially like a hero like a Nyx. Also, Mind Control got his hood and Blink Dagger like the 12-minute mark. Good Echo Slams followed up by some clutch Sunstrikes. There's pretty much nothing they can do.
Miracle Invoker, again another win, another ridiculous KDA. Something that TNC are just going to have to keep note of, and now we're in a 2-1 position, advantage for Liquid. Let's go ahead and throw things back over to our panel right now as Nahaz and the gang analyze that game 3.